Man, flawless Jake Lawless here, and it's so good to finally be on Drinking with Mo's. And Big Mo is so good to be here. Pleasure, pleasure.
This is Drinkin at Demos, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at. Like a power bomb, we hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee, the, the exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinking at Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, because YouTube's algorithm continues to be a pain in my ass. We're most places you can find your audio podcast too. Don't forget about those. Yeah, I don't shy away from the air quotes adult language around here. But today I'm excited. It's been a while since I've had anybody out of OVW coming on the show, but today I got one. Flawless Jake Lawless. How you doing?
Man, pleasure to be here, Big Mo. And I'm doing great, actually. Just got out the gym not too long ago. And of course, everything's looking up for me. Finally making my big comeback story now.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. But before we go into a little bit about that comeback story, first thing I like to lead off with everybody when they first come on the show. What got you started as a fan, and then what got you deciding to make the leap into the business?
Um, I guess the what made me a fan, I mean, besides a lot of the older people in my family, they were all in it. My Uncle Bert Prentice and his grandma before him. Nonetheless, though, I remember Monday night staying up, finally get to watch wrestling. And my mom went to bed early every single night because she always had to get up early. But that was the only reason we get to stay up. We always watched it, me, my mom, my sister. And that's truly where the love for it began. But as far as a dream and like getting started into it, I never had that actually. Never any big plans to it. I just wanted to get out of Iowa, and by God, my uncle was a perfect place to go. He was down here in Tennessee, so I kind of used him as the excuse to come down. But then I used the excuse of helping him with recover from cancer, and he still was, but he was still promoting USA Championship Wrestling, and that's how he made his living. Um, Anyways, but he started teaching me just the whole background side of it.
Yeah.
Was the first one there, brought the ring, tore it down, hauled it away. I learned the gimmicks, sponsors, buildings, paying out the wrestlers, learned the whole business side of it. For just one wrestling show, we didn't have a referee, and Bert was calling one of his wrestlers, Steve-O was his name. Went and got one of his friend's credit cards, came in, had the full ref setup, and just stuck me in all five. I think there was 5, 6 matches that night in Gladeville, Tennessee. And that's where the refereeing started. And then I was like, well, don't want to really be the referee. I want to be the star. So let me go ahead and get trained.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
No,
where I started at.
that is awesome. I love hearing those stories. of how, people, became a fan, because that's the thing. If you're in the business in pretty much any capacity, especially the in-ring side of it, you've been a fan at some point. If you're not still like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
I would imagine if you would still be an active fan, because I mean, if you're, especially the in-ring part, because if you're willing to put your body through all of that,
Oh, you gotta have a
you
love
gotta
for
love what
it.
you're
Yeah.
doing. Totally.
Literally.
Now, this in-ring persona of yours and some of the pictures that I've seen, I want to go over some about that, because I'm getting a very unique vibe that, like, especially with some of the hats that I've seen you wear, I'm I'm getting a lot of like Slash from Guns N' Roses vibes.
Man, I definitely am an old soul and a young body. My mom, my dad, they had different tastes in rock music. My mom was a little more to the feminine side of it, but still loved AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. I mean, yeah, Slash. I love the Doors. I mean, just the old school rock stuff. I mean, I still love some newer rock, definitely. But a lot of it, that's where it came from. I just always loved it. I like
Hey,
style too.
hey, and I know that generation of rock has really been in the forefront, especially here lately with the
Oh
the
God.
unfortunate passing of Ozzy Osbourne.
Shoot, the Prince of Darkness. I know it.
Dude, like I remember I was actually on vacation in Colorado when that news broke, and I was like, wait, what? Like one of those where you almost we're almost conditioned to think that the news is fake, because you're like, no way. Because
Yeah.
the amount of stuff that that guy put himself through in his life, you'd almost think that that guy was fucking immortal.
Oh,
And
are
then
you kidding me? He probably walked into heaven to look at the other rock stars that OD'd and called them pussies. I mean,
probably,
literally.
I can totally see that. And, you know, just some of the memories I've had, yeah, I got introduced to him a little later and really started becoming a fan of him. Yeah, I'll admit, after the Osbournes show, because you know I've always been kind of a goofball, so seeing that side of him really warmed me up to listening to a lot more of his music, and then also getting to know some of the side of him where, like, I'm sure you've heard the story of that final concert and him looking over to Sharon and being like, he didn't realize that many people liked him. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
the
you're,
legend that he was. It makes it surreal when everyone's there.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, shows what his career really did. I mean, people absolutely did love the dude. And
oh
I
yeah,
mean, he had a hell of a career too.
that he did, and all the people that he influenced. I mean, it's a who's who of metal right now.
Yeah.
But getting into more of the wrestling side of things, because I mean, Ozzy did have some involvement in professional wrestling himself, but people will recognize you from OVW, and a lot of people from my generation, like, yes, I'm 42. My wife loves to point out that I'm fucking old, but that's a whole nother story. But people from my generation of watching wrestling will recognize those letters from growing up and hearing about how it used to be, much like NXT is like the developmental side of WWE. Now that's what OVW had been back,
Yeah.
back, back. Who's who, and we'll go over some names a little later. But you know, it really came into the forefront back. Oh God, forget how long ago with the the deal. I believe it was on Netflix where they had the wrestlers and everything. And now, what I'm loving even more current day is how there's a lot of talk right now about how, like, on the national TV side with the deal that WWE made with ESPN, and how, oh my god, it's going to be so much more expensive. Which, I mean, yes, the price tag is there, but you have places like OVW putting on great content out there for, you know not as shocking of a price tag.
What price tags on OVW to watch it nowadays?
Not anything right now.
There is nothing. Literally, the pay-per-views are now, I mean, just free premium events. I mean, yes, you have to pay to come in. You still got to buy a
See
ticket.
it live, yeah.
But everything is now available to watch free online. And that's just, I mean, a lot given back to the people. I mean, the wrestling fans, where, I mean, stuff, bigger shows have become unaffordable to watch. And it is.
Yeah, it very much has. I mean, I know, good lord, I grew up in an era where pay-per-view still costed, for WWE before the, you know, Peacock and, the network, where each pay-per-view would cost you about at least 50, $60. And yeah, now they're, yeah, it's craziness. But, OVW, you've got some great stuff going on there. I know they got Overdrive, which is putting on great stuff. And, for those that might not be as familiar with OVW's product right now, what do you got going on there? Because I got listeners from all over the place.
Man. Well, I mean, of course, I mean, just getting back, I'm not for sure really what's going on with me. In the past, I mean, I've almost been back a full year or so. I think it has been just about a year, but I mean, since I've came back, I've probably had 4 or 5 different tag partners or so. And one of those actually set up pretty well. It helped me, I mean, really feel into a character. He was actually the one who gave me the hat. Ryan Howe. And man, we were doing well together too.
No, and
Actually had the OVW tag team titles.
I was gonna say, I did see that you're a former holder of those tag straps, and the team name. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I have the notes from when we originally were planning on having you on.
Yeah.
Loud and Lawless.
Hey, that's yeah, something like that they were calling us.
I love the name because it just jumps out, because I gravitate towards a lot of the intense personas, and Loud and Lawless just sounds like a name that would just be that.
Oh, we were exciting and entertaining for sure.
And, you mentioned, comeback story. You've had some there, and, currently not sure, but they got some great stuff coming up. Great. What I like is, people talk about being TV ready. OVW is doing a great job of making sure that crop of talent there, like yourself, TV ready. What has your experience been like? Because with wow, words are hard right now. It's been a long week, but
I can understand it.
your experience been like there with the training and preparing for that aspect? Because, like, there's, recording for TV, and then there's obviously live TV where there's not as much wiggle room.
Oh, exactly. So before OVW. the only TV experience I had was my uncle Bert Prentice's. He ran it up in Illinois for a hot little minute, and then it was in Jackson, Tennessee for several years, off and on. But it was all recorded. We do Sunday 4 shows through. They'd edit it, and then every Sunday morning, bam, 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 just like the old times. And it was like old Memphis style TV. You didn't have entrance music. It was like some promos straight to the ring, you know, real old school stuff. If you ever look up some of the old USA Championship Wrestling, just like Studio A and stuff, that was like really the start of my career when I was filling out and forming up.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that you guys at OVW got a great group of trainers to really give you a lot of them come across as very much a you bring up old school, very no nonsense mentality.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, it is. I mean, obviously, zero tolerance there for sure. And I found that out the hard way. But I mean, Al Snow, I mean, 100% it's completely old school. But all this stuff makes sense and it works. I mean,
Mhm.
ever watch any of his seminars or yeah, the amount of talks I've gotten too. But the man's just vast knowledge. And then Doug, I mean, he runs roster training. Doug Basham
Yeah,
beyond another beautiful worker. Taught me a lot as well. I used to shoot up every Monday, as I think it was, and then it was Wednesdays for a while as well. Late night, 2 hours in the ring. But it was training with Doug. The whole roster could come as well, but I literally would travel 3.5, 4 hours one way, for 2 hours of training. But that's how much it was worth it.
oh yeah,
It also had a beginner and intermediate class as well with their whole school. But when I first came there, I pretty much they stick you on like a dark or that's the overdrive show, but a dark match dang near, and just see if you can do the times and do business pretty much.
yeah, and
But
very much a style that I can see a lot of people when they first get into the business kind of needing that approach with their trainers because you know I can see a lot of people coming in and having the desire to want to pull off the flashy stuff, the stuff that'll give the huge pops, but when you have somebody training you that'll give you that no nonsense old school approach, it definitely will give you that solid foundation that you definitely need that will
it's the fact of less is more.
exactly
And that's
exactly
exactly what it is. I mean, yes, and if you watch some of my stuff, I mean, I do try and incorporate. You gotta have a little flashy in there, keep up fucking nowadays. But old school stuff, it's nice, it's slow going. I mean, a lot of workers though don't work like people used to work in back in the day. They weren't 5, 6, 7 days weekly. They're two, maybe one times a week. And I mean, when I was first starting out, 3, 4 times every weekend, Thursday through Sunday, and Sunday was the 4 day record show.
yeah back
Show.
oh god when the days of Hogan and Flair talking about having wrestling just about every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Yep.
Good lord.
You
I,
really had to take care of yourself. It's brutal on the body, you know.
don't yeah that's why I've uh, I've always hated the term uh people who, that are detractors of pro wrestling like to use and being it being air quotes fake when I'm like
Yeah, it's the best way to put it is it's literally a violent soap opera.
exactly very good way of putting it. And I also like to just tell people, yeah, there's the storylines, there's the predetermined aspects of it, but like the damage that y'all take to get to those
Oh shoot, it's
endpoints, dude.
done. Yeah, whatever you call them. I want to say stunt dummies, but half of us probably ain't got brains as it is, so yeah, pretty much.
With the way y'all get rattled around in there, yeah,
Oh my
because
gosh, yeah.
I think oh god, I forget what might have been multiple MMA fighters that I've heard talk about it that have like dabbled in pro wrestling as well. But they almost say that the pro wrestling training is worse and like more hard on your body than the MMA training because MMA training, you're training to not fall down. But, the damage that those rings are not, they're not trampolines as they always say.
Shoot, no. I mean, wood bounces if you got 16 foot. Take a 16-foot board across steel poles and see how much flex it got. I mean, it's got some flex, but
It,
it's still a piece of wood, you know.
yep. As somebody that has helped put together a few rings, it's been a few years, but I still remember, yeah, it's literally steel beams with wood on top of it, and then maybe a very thin padding. That's about it. But some people just they don't realize that. Now, all right. So I have two categories here that I like to round things off with, and I try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And I've mentioned OVW having some alumni that are like a who's who of the wrestling business. I figured each of these names that I have here are OVW alumni. So I give you the name, first thought that pops into your head about the person. So, first one, a guy that did his best to help out Jelly Roll there at SummerSlam, Randy Orton.
Man, absolute legend, actually. Randy Orton, was of course one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. Him, Hardy Boys. I got some old school wrestlers too that I really watched technical stuff on.
Uh,
But Randy Orton, just psychology, safety, and I mean ring movement. He doesn't waste a move in the ring. I absolutely love it. Actually, we were downtown Nashville. My uncle brought me backstage to Raw one night, and Randy Orton grabbed his phone, took a picture of my uncle. But it was pretty cool meeting him, just getting to talk for a hot little minute. But absolute legend.
oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yep. Can't argue there. He's earned everything that he's been getting there in the WWE. And I have some more old school wrestlers that are some of my favorites. Like, oh god, uh, a guy that, for example, a guy that growing up, I'll admit he scared the crap out of me growing up. But looking back, love watching him. Bruiser Brody, love
Man.
love watching, like walking around practically scaring people from his entrance on, and some of the intense battles that he had. Uh,
So literally, I'm not gonna lie. The very first thought that pops in my head when I heard Bruiser Brody was Toby Farley. Don't know if you know that guy.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Based out of Tennessee. I'm not big into death matches. Um, I mean, obviously, because sometimes I think it's stupid, but Toby Farley has such a beautiful craft with it. Sometimes. And it's to the point I mean, I've watched several of his matches. Him and Tommy Dreamer was pretty amazing as well.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
dude,
yeah.
legendary watching that. Um, but Bruiser Brody, it's just that unmatched, I mean, God, brutality of it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
scary as a kid watching it. Some of
Oh,
that.
like I said, he growing up, he scared the ever loving crap out of me.
Oh yeah.
Now, next up on this name game list here, Uh, well, I guess she's done pretty much all of it from, you know, winning championships to, even commentary. And, you know, she's known a lot for also being married to a fellow WWE Hall of Famer, Beth Phoenix.
Hmm. Let me just think about her husband.
I
I
guess,
mean, I hate to put it like that. I mean, of course, she was beautiful, but kid growing up, I had crushes on some other ones there, you know.
okay, no, I can understand because
But
I mean, especially that era of WWE, there were some beautiful damn women, and
but she was definitely one of those that could work and move around. It wasn't just some bimbo in the ring either.
oh
So
yeah,
there's some respect there still, nonetheless. But
oh yeah, no, she
yeah.
definitely had the beauty and the ability that, yeah, you'd see that, yeah, she was beautiful, but you felt like, yeah, if you pissed her off, she could probably rip your damn arm off.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at least the average dude for sure.
Yeah, totally. Next up, guy doing his thing down there in AEW right now, part of the Hurt Business or Hurt Syndicate now, because I don't want copyright shit. Shelton Benjamin.
Mm, you know, I ain't been watching a lot of AEW lately. I mean, I peeped some matches here and there. Uh, Definitely certain matches for sure. It was solid though. I like some of his older stuff before WWE. Not really, but I don't know. Solid worker. I could dig some of it.
Oh yeah, no, stuff from, after he left WWE the first time, in Ring of Honor. I know I've watched some of his stuff, and then I mean, there's memories that I know I definitely have of him in WWE from, oh God, the moment that was replayed over and over from his match with Shawn Michaels, where he went to jump from one side of the ropes and Shawn Michaels cut him off with a super kick
Yes.
in like mid flight to
Solid one.
him like running up a ladder in the Money in the Bank matches, those early Money in the Bank matches. Just some, he could pull off some stuff.
That's why it was like it was there. I don't see much of it anymore.
Yeah,
It's like hard to form an opinion. I mean, opinion about what he's doing, not watching what he's doing anymore. That's why I mean, I like I said, kind of missed some of his old stuff.
yeah, no, definitely miss a lot of his old stuff. I got to actually meet him on one occasion back when I think it was, God damn, I'm forgetting about what damn year it was now, but he was doing some indie runs and I got him to sign a WrestleMania DVD cover.
Right.
Bit of a wrestling autograph collector. Now, last but not least on this list,
Okay.
Mickey James.
Oh my gosh. Uh Absolute. I had that was one of the chicks I had the biggest crush on. Absolutely did. And the fact actually getting to meet her. So one of the first times I ever came to Tennessee to visit my uncle, and Mickey James, one of his babies, she absolutely loved her. He was the reason I got to meet her as a kid. I think I was like 13, 14. I remember she sat on my lap, at a show, to take a picture, and like bright red face, cheek, everything. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
God, yeah, no. If I would have met her back then and had the similar oh God, my face would be as red as my hat here.
Yeah, but she's a great person. So I mean, meeting her there, later on, years later, I remember hanging out with her at her table. We were some WrestleMania, WrestleCon, down there in Louisiana, and that was, I mean, just a great experience. And of course, I even got a ref one of her matches, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. It was
Hey,
such a dream at the start of my career. It's like, of course. 9 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that.
hey.
I'm horrible with my memory, of course, but
So, yeah, I'll fully admit I am inching closer to 400 episodes of the podcast now, and some of the the exact number of the episode that I've had somebody on will definitely escape me at different points, and I'll literally have to go back and look it up.
um,
Like talked about death matches. I've had a handful of big name death match guys, including like John Wayne Murdoch. I've had him on twice now, and yet to remember like the exact number of the episode,
right.
yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Had to look it up by Murdoch.
Yeah, no, I definitely would have to be looking it up at, like after we're done recording. Even I'm like now that I'm trying to jog my memory on it. Now, I also have some random questions here. Some wrestling related, some not. Some having probably nothing to do with anything we've talked about so far. So I give you the question first answer that pops into your head.
Let's see.
First one, craziest in match moment for you. And now this can go either one of the matches that you were one of the wrestlers in there, or if you want to go back to a crazy moment that happened when you were refereeing, that can count too.
Nah, there was two real crazy moments. The first one, it was in a big arena. Both of these were actually in Jackson, Tennessee. One was at the Omen Arena, and wildly enough, that night, it was a six-man tag. It was Star Twins with Blake Christian, who's on AEW now,
Mm-hmm.
and then me, Coco Beware, and Little Enigma, who was a midget. Those were my tag partners. And it was just, I mean, it was a great killer match. Coco Beware was so cool too. I mean,
Yeah.
legendary. And then the fact just to have a midget in there too, like,
It, it,
what?
yeah.
But one of the other biggest moments, and it was such a great night. It was in Jackson, Tennessee, but this show was actually at the baseball field, and we stuck the ring over home plate. It was actually 2020 or 2021, when pretty much when AEW and WWE was doing the screens and stuff and not having
Yeah.
shows. My uncle literally, it was several thousand, but literally had the biggest live crowd at any other whole wrestling show anywhere in America, at least.
That that is something. Like so,
Epic.
some
But
of those. Oh, go ahead.
oh, yeah. So it was in the match. It was me versus Chris Michaels, and I had the company heavyweight title. And Chris Michaels was a huge start to me starting. He was actually my first trainer I had back when he was at SAW somewhere here in Tennessee. But then for years, he was training me in ring, having matches, just make me look way better than I ever was. And I learned so much quicker with that. And I remember, shoot, actually, there was Kid Rock there, tons of Hall of Famers on the card as well. But we did this, it was belly to back. I was taking the move too. It was off top rope. And I remember as we were going, I was looking out, and you just literally watching this whole crowd of people screaming, yelling, hoping that I lose. And Chris finally wins the belt. And I remember hitting that ground, bumping, and just laying there and selling. And it was such a crazy moment. Just like little me wouldn't believe this, and we'd be so proud how
Oh,
crazy this moment was.
oh yeah. No, that.
That was definitely one. At least those are the ones that come to mind at first, for
Oh,
sure.
hey, no, they both definitely count. Like, I know you when you brought up Coco Beware, that reminded me of like the first ever pro wrestling show I ever saw was actually a WWF show about an hour from where I live right now. And like dating myself here, but one of the matches was, I believe, Coco Beware and Owen Hart versus the Head Shrinkers.
Wow, that would have been something else.
And like I was like third grade and getting to have and like right by the entrance too. So I'm having Owen Hart running by me, slapping my hand, and then me being the little kid getting the a laugh out of some of the grossest stuff. You know, little kids get laughs out of the grossest stuff. But I actually remember one of the head shrinkers in the corner, you know, trying to portray the character, I guess, picking his nose and then eating it.
Rough.
But
Rough.
like the podcast has even brought me into some of those memories because I actually threw a Comic Con across the river a couple of years ago, and some of my collections up here. I actually got to meet Rikishi and get a Head Shrinker Fatu figure signed by him there.
Oh, that's so cool. Actually, I mean, shoot, I've refed, and I got such blessed into the backside of the business. Of course, my uncle knew tons of these legends. Rikishi came work for the show. Brian Christopher. I've wrestled Jerry Lawler. Shoot, Bill Dundee, Wildfire Tommy. I've tagged with Wildfire Tommy Rich too. But and Bobby Eaton, Tracy Smothers. Oh my gosh,
Oh
some of the
God!
people I mean I've read or I mean got Rock and Roll Express as well. Those two always Ricky and Robert, cool people.
Oh, I've heard lots of great stories about them, and much like you mentioned with getting to have all these opportunities with all these great names in the business. I know if you would have told me like right after I got back from the Navy that I someday be talking with, for example, guys like Bronson Reed. I had him on a while back, getting to have a former Ring of Honor owner, Kerry Silken, on, getting to talk with guys like former Ring of Honor six-man tag champ Dutch, and getting recognition from Bray Wyatt on that episode.
That would be pretty epic. Yeah.
Oh, dude, when I saw that alert come over my phone, I kid you not, I about dropped my phone. I'm not even
One of
kidding.
those legendary moments.
Like I remember when I stopped and actually checked my phone and I like saw who exactly it was, I was like, "Oh shit." Like I immediately messaged Dutch back. I'm like, "Uh," that, and then he told me the whole thing about their friendship. I'm like, that explains so much right now. But like, I never would have thought I'd be doing anything like that. Now, on to the next question I have here. Traveling up and down the roads for wrestling shows, whether national TV or on the independents, lots of long travels, which leads me to think one of the ways that I like to entertain myself is I'll make like a long ass playlist to see how long I can make it through in the trip. What are a few songs you would put on a road trip playlist? Looking at the phone. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
one sec. Let's see. Chum, 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 chum. Life is Good by Forrest Frank. These are just ones I got more recently that
Yeah.
have been really popping off on. But yeah, Life is Good by Forrest Frank. Chum, chum, chum. Lose Control by Teddy Swims.
Okay.
And then mind you, I do drive and ride by myself, so a lot of it. Uh Ease Off, Young Martyr, Bones, Imagine Dragon. Love It on Me, Jack Harlow. There's a little bit of I like the rock side of Hardy as well. Like Truck
Mm.
Bed, Psycho, Jim Bob, those but of course a lot of old rock. See what else I got going through here. The Evanescence, Thousand Foot Crutch. I know I've got Plot News, Skillet. Chum, chum, chum. I really don't have a lot of old music anymore. Maybe not. Oh, that's about it. Well, I mean, a lot more, of course, but
It, yeah. No, I like looking on my phone, it would be a range from, oh God, a lot of Luke Combs because my wife is an uber fan of him, like just like even before her and I met. And then I became a pretty big fan. And we actually got to meet him at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. So that was fun. And then, to rock from oh, Ozzy Osbourne, uh, freaking, oh God, Metallica, ACD, like just the whole, like, little bit of rap, not so much, but more country rock vibes. That's been my deal. Hell,
pretty good.
I even got a autographed guitar hanging up on my wall back here from when I went to go see one of my favorite country singers, Dirks Bentley, in concert, and I ended up being like two people from the stage. He's asking where his beer drinkers are at, and I was yelling, and he starts pointing in my direction. I'm like looking around, like he's not pointing at me, right? Well, before I know it, he's helping the security guys get me over the barricade, and then I'm up on stage with him, and I end up shotgunning a beer on stage with Dirks Bentley. I still have the
Epic.
I still have the can.
Oh, and of course, it's got to be Bud Light.
I mean that's what they had there. So, but at the
Oh, I'm sure before, the.
yeah, before all that craziness, but towards the end of the show, he was pointing back down at me, and then I see him literally grab the guitar from one of his band members that he was playing at the time, and then he's motioning for something to write with. And I'm like, no. He walks back down, hands it to me.
Shoot, yeah.
The security guys at the end of the show got me back over the barricade and found me a back way to get to my car because they said, there's no way we're letting you walk back through all those people with that.
Without, yeah, getting taken.
Yeah. Oh,
Shoot.
there were plenty of people that still ended up wanting to take a picture with it, but I'm like, well, here, as I'm still holding it.
Yeah, death grip on it.
Oh, totally. Now, question that, I mean, we kind of talked about some celebrity crushes back in the days of wrestling fandom. What would you say is like your first celebrity crush?
I don't know. It probably was Mickey James. When that happened, it was pretty young. I mean, I was mostly into, dirt bikes, snowmobiles,
Mm.
ATVs, anything I go fast on and do something stupid on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
grew up back in Iowa, but I didn't watch much TV. I was just always out about doing something. you know.
Where in Iowa again?
It's a little farm town towards the middle. Town
Oh, okay.
called Pocahontas.
Okay, because I grew up in southeast Nebraska, like right across the river from
Yeah,
Iowa.
yeah, that ain't too bad.
So
Not too far at least.
not too far. And now I live in Omaha, Nebraska, and I often, as much as I can, try to make it out to Wrestling Revolver when they make their Iowa stops over in Des Moines.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good show to check out there. Absolute Pro Wrestling.
I've
Uh,
heard of it. Yeah.
my cousin actually runs that, believe it or not.
No
Uh,
kidding.
yes. But it's a great show. He's actually got some killer talent up there. And actually, I've been meaning to kind of sneak my way up there, make one of them shows. I've got his list, but I mean, I'm staying pretty stout. Uh, we're
I
gonna
get,
get another little bit of better form of transportation as well. I still got a car, but. Yeah,
yeah.
it's still a nice little trip without flying in.
Yeah, no, that would be a pretty good little trip there for sure. I was just when I started asking and hearing about your first celebrity crush, it got me thinking about mine. And it was way back with the old Saved by the Bell days. Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah,
Dude, even now, even
I
now,
ain't seen her nowadays.
I've seen some pictures. She's still a pretty beautiful woman. I will say that.
I
Don't
mean, money helps you keep that beauty, you know.
don't tell my wife. I don't have a hall pass on that one.
I hope you don't watch the show.
Yeah, she don't really watch my show.
Oh, that's brutal.
She's happened to walk in on a few recordings before I moved everything down here, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's about the extent. She's never been on camera or nothing. Not like Taylor Swift is about to be on New Heights. It,
She's not special, man. I wasn't big into country neither, especially a lot of female country. It just don't sound good to me. Now there is some other country that does sound good, but I don't know. It's got to be some pretty decent country.
no,
Yeah.
I get you there. I get you there. It's definitely country music is definitely one of those things where it has a great fan base, but there's also a lot of people that it is just not their cup of tea, and that's fine.
Right.
Next up, because with the name of a show like I have, I feel like I have to ask this. Favorite drink, alcoholic or otherwise, because I try to tell people just because it says drinking at Moe's does not mean that it has to be alcoholic.
Well, my favorite alcohol is definitely Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Anyone who knows me knows
Mm-hmm.
that's the definite drink of choice. And I just love it. Other than that, I drink a lot of water.
Hey, got to stay hydrated. I know I have. I'm a bit of a Dr. Pepper fiend. My wife tells me I got a problem. I'm like, as long as I got some, I don't got a problem. It's all figured out. But you bring up Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. I actually had one of those little shooter bottles one time, and I ended up also having just opened a Dr. Pepper. I dumped the shooter bottle into the Dr. Pepper, and I'm telling you, Dr. Pepper with that Tennessee honey, holy shit, it's delicious.
I do you one better with that Dr. Pepper, and I don't even think Crown Royal makes Crown Royal Maple anymore. But that and Dr. Pepper was literally to be honest, so the craziest thing, I really never drank soda. My mom didn't let me as a kid, much at all. So when I got the chance, it was, a special treat. Nowadays, I hardly ever drink it. Dr. Pepper, yes, I will. A lot of Coke, Pepsi, absolutely not. But especially when I drink liquor or when did, uh I would not mix it with soda. Just wouldn't. I couldn't. It just didn't sit right with me.
No,
So I just drank my liquor straight.
no, hey, nothing wrong with that. I know when it comes to alcohol, I'm more of a beer guy, but I do. There's Jack Tennessee Honey. I do and I do enjoy a margarita as much as a lot of people. I do. I I have a couple of tequilas that like you put that shit in a margarita. You, you,
Yeah.
you got to be fucking careful because
Right.
you'll barely be able to tell or taste that there's any alcohol in it at all. You'll find out after a few of them, though.
Shoot. So I remember first starting and a few of us workers we'd hit the Mexican restaurant beforehand. And I mean, if you ever heard the name Chase Stevens, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, known for his drinking. Yes, him, a couple others. I don't know if I can mention or not. Nonetheless, though, I remember us going and buying whole pitchers and we just stick the straw in the pitcher. And that's how we drank. Yes.
I
I mean, that's we just dang near a good little start to it.
Oh God,
Didn't even that for the longest, but I mean, it was work.
hey, that takes me back. I went when I was deployed with the Navy. I went pitcher for pitcher with the British Navy in the Middle East.
Yeah.
By the end of that night, I was completely fucking hammered. Oh God. Like on my ship, I don't know if they still do it, but they were saying they were testing it out to where when you got back to the ship from a foreign port, they would breathalyze you. And if you failed, it was like you didn't get off the ship at the next port. There would have been no way I would have passed, but we were in the back of the line, and the people I was with just said, just go. We'll sign you back in.
Oh, that's a ridiculous rule, though.
Yeah, no, there was a few people that got caught up in it, and I got lucky with the group that I was hanging out with. They got me out of that one.
Yeah, no doubt. It sounds like.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know if they're still doing it. I kind of hope that they aren't, but got went through it anyways. So, last but not least, here for random questions. Best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling?
Uh, get in touch with OVW's training school. I mean, simple. I mean, stick with it. No, you want to do it.
No, that is definitely a good thing. You want to find a good, reputable school.
And there's few, so
OVW is definitely one of those that's like
yeah.
you.
Another one's at Jacobs Pritchard School. That one's out of
Mhm.
Knoxville, Tennessee. Of course, OVW's right out of the Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. Um, I mean, the other good reputable. I mean, I've heard about the Nightmare Factory a little bit, and I say these. I mean, more open to the public. I mean, not everyone can go down to the performance center.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, no, it's not as hard nowadays to go and try to find a reputable school as it was back like when I was growing up, where you'd have to probably travel halfway across the country. Now it seems like no matter what part of the country you live in, there is a reputable school at least within a little bit of a driving distance, but not halfway across the country anymore.
You're right.
And OVW is definitely one of those places that it's like when you go out to other promotions and they hear that you're learning from the OVW trainers like Al Snow, like Basham, it's like, okay, we got to pay attention to this guy.
Exactly.
So definitely, yeah, you want to get in on that. So before we go, where can people find you social media wise so if they don't already have their eyes on Jake Lawless, they can go ahead and get them there?
So simple places. I mean, of course, Facebook, just flat out Jake Lawless. Instagram, I believe, is the official Jake Lawless. They both got pictures of me, but those are the two main ones I'm on. Let me go ahead and pull that thing up. Yep, official Jake Lawless.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Got that one, and then of course, beautiful, amazing Facebook. Pull something up like that.
Oh, yeah, there we
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
there we are, right? That's where you can find me on social media. Of course, every week, or pretty much every week, except when I decide not to show up, OVW is live. OVW Rise, YouTube, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I think.
Trying to make
You
sure.
know me and my time. And it's so bad because I mean, where I'm sitting at now, I'm in Central, and every week going back and forth to Louisville, it's that hour time change. So,
Yeah, no, that time change can really, you know, mess with your head sometimes, especially
oh, the
like.
amount of times when I was first coming up there, I'd be an hour late because of the time change. Exactly to an hour. But another thing, I mean, well, I guess this is recorded, so it'll air later on. But this Saturday we got OVW fight night, or this Sunday, OVW's fight night, huge ball matches. You know, Flawless Law is going to be there. I'm crashing one of them matches. They just haven't announced it yet, or I ain't made it yet. But
All
this
right.
Thursday, you'll definitely see the speed up to it
Oh, definitely.
right into the action.
I look forward to it. I am definitely going to be keeping my eye on you and everybody at OVW. That is about all I have. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to get this one in.
Shoot, no, thank you for having me, Big Mo. Truly an honor. And thank you actually for bearing with me. I know that first time coming in, did you see what happened? I've got those trees taken care of. I actually ended up cutting another six more down away from the power lines, stuff like that. And
Oh boy.
oh, just dead ones around. I don't know what's going on out there.
Oh hell. Yeah,
But
we before we go, we actually, as of this recording, this last weekend, we had here in Omaha, the there wasn't an actual tornado, but the tornado sirens went off because there were straight line winds of about 90 miles an hour.
oh, damn.
That yeah, at one of the prisons in Lincoln, it ripped the roof off of one of the housing units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, them winds get crazy, especially when something ain't built right. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
tedious maintenance, Mother Nature. That's how it's been going, you know.
yeah. But like I said, that is about all I have. We can go. I go on and on about how I go on tangents sometimes, but so before I go on to too big of a one right now, that is all I have. Thank you again. Been an absolute pleasure, and you're welcome back anytime.
Pleasure to be on Drinking with Mo, Big Mo. You have a blessed one, all right?
Thank you. Get now my issue with this fucking button. God, see, I thought I hit the button, and now